Viewers have been eagerly awaiting news of Obi Wan Kenobi Season 2 since the first season brought back Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen. Although the Star Wars prequel trilogy originally received something of a harsh reception, the film's reputations have improved massively with time. Recognizing this, Disney and Lucasfilm eventually brought back both Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen in Obi Wan Kenobi. Presented as a limited series, Obi Wan Kenobi explored the Jedi Master's time on Tatooine and saw him called back into the wider galaxy once again. Obi Wan Kenobi's cast also included younger versions of other iconic Star Wars characters, including Luke and Leia, as well as some new additions to the universe. The story may be over, but there's always the possibility of more, and the stars are in favor. Obi Wan Kenobi Season 2, latest news. Speaking at LA Comic-Con, Ewan McGregor teased Obi Wan Kenobi Season 2 and hinted his privy to discussions behind the scenes at Lucasfilm. Excitingly, he seemed to hint at two different stories, one set during the Clone Wars, in which he and Hayden Christensen played their younger versions and he got to wear Clone Wars armor, and another set closer to A New Hope in which Obi Wan learned secrets of the Force from his master Qui-Gon Jinn. McGregor seemed more in favor of the first. This is the most optimistic comment to date, although Obi Wan Kenobi director Deborah Chow had previously pointed to the 10-year time gap between Season 1 and the first Star Wars movie. Lucasfilm CEO Kathleen Kennedy had seemed skeptical. It makes sense, though, that Lucasfilm is now exploring the option. The TV slate appears to be slowing down of late, especially after the cancellation of The Acolyte, and this would be a fan-pleasing announcement. If Obi Wan Kenobi Season 2 does become a reality, it will likely be announced at next year's Star Wars celebration. Obi Wan Kenobi Season 2, is it happening? Ewan McGregor as Obi Wan Kenobi and Hayden Christensen as Anakin Skywalker in Obi Wan Kenobi Season 2 custom image created by Lucas Shayo. Both Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen are keen to return to their roles. For all that's the case, though, there have been no official announcements. Director Deborah Chow is also open to returning to the series, though she's mentioned that Obi Wan Kenobi was conceived as a limited series and, therefore, doesn't have any setup for a second season. Obi Wan Kenobi Season 2, cast. Obi Wan and Darth Vader fight. Since there is no real development for Obi Wan Kenobi Season 2, pinning down any returning cast is somewhat difficult. Obviously, Ewan McGregor would return to play Obi Wan again. It's also possible for Hayden Christensen to return in some capacity, as he's teased there are more Darth Vader stories to tell beyond his appearance in Season 1. The rest of the cast would largely depend on the point in the Star Wars timeline. A story set during the Clone Wars would likely feature Ariana Greenblatt as a young Ahsoka, Anakin Skywalker's Padawan. Stories set before A New Hope could potentially feature Joel Edgerton as Owen Lars and Bonnie Peace as his wife Beru. Beyond that, though, it's impossible to make any real predictions. Obi Wan Kenobi Season 2, story details. Where is Darth Maul during Obi Wan Kenobi show timeline SR? Obi Wan Kenobi Season 2 is only a hypothetical, and far from guaranteed. Its story would surely depend on its place in the Star Wars timeline. Is this a previously untold tale of the Clone Wars, or a more meditative story in which Obi Wan seeks mysteries of the Force? McGregor seems to be enjoying stirring excitement, and hopefully that means some more news if in the offing.